Ho ho ho, it's a touching family reunion. What? Holy shit, is this? Yes, feast your eyes on your old friend, Ghoul. Didn't this guy double-cross him and betray him? And now he brought him back to life? You still trust him? If he double-crosses him again, dude, this game fucking sucks. Steve, ho ho ho, no wonder you're surprised. I took the remains you left behind at Bayside and refitted them into this specimen. Of course, it only listens to my orders, and my improvements ensure you won't destroy it as easily as before. My god. Steve, it's a shame you have to die before you can turn into a zombie, but I've been busy boy preparing this final show for you. Zat. Oh, he fucking blasted me? What? Then who helped me at the graveyard? That was a red laser, so a red laser destroyed the zombie head at the graveyard? What's going on here? I don't know, they're gonna explain it eventually, we'll see. Ah, fuck me, Cole! That laser! That's what I saw in the graveyard, but who saved me you in the graveyard then? Saved? You two are so naive, what are you talking about? I made a test subject of an unkillable zombie based on this notebook's specifications, but it wouldn't listen to my orders, so I had Ghoul terminate it in the graveyard. It was simply coincidence that Cole happened to be there. But why didn't he kill me then? You two knew the truth about the reanimation serum, so I couldn't truly focus on my research unless you died in front of me. Sadly, I let Ghoul go to the graveyard alone. But I knew from the beginning that if Cole survived, the two would make it here eventually. Bastards aren't wrong, I'll give him that. Enough chatter, Ghoul, kill them. So, he didn't want Ghoul to kill Cole in the graveyard because he was worried that if Steve was still alive, he would thwart his plans. But he also thought that if Cole and Ghoul and Steve weren't working together, they would never be able to make it to his hideout to foil his plans. So killing Steve or killing Cole would have had the same effect as leaving him. This game fucking sucks, dude. Whoever wrote this game, you're fired. And we're putting the guy who made Dead of the Brain 1 back on the next one, man. This game fucking blows. Shit. It's useless. Ghoul's body is far more powerful than before. You need a missile launcher, not a handgun. Well, thanks for telling me what I need. Fuck. You got nothing to worry about, Cole. If you die, I'll just revive you and make you my slave forever. Stop. Stop it. Steve. Brother, it's Steve. You need to stop. I'm begging you. Such wasted breath. Ghoul, kill Steve first. He's infected anyway. No, stop. What's wrong with you, Ghoul? Shoot Steve now. Ghoul, don't. Ooh, through the heart. Yeah. No, Steve. Ghoul, is there anyone left inside you? I like how his shirt is the exact same color as the floor, which is the same color as the UI or whatever you call this, the splash screen. You can't kill your enemies until you brag to them about your genius master plan. Yeah, that's pretty standard. Like, not even video game, just storytelling trope right there. So I mean, I guess I get it, but the fact that he like totally contradicted himself, I don't know, it just makes him look like a total bozo. Whatever you say, the outcome is inevitable. Ghoul, do it. Kill Cole. Let's have our revenge for 2 years ago. Snap his neck. Just do it. Ghoul, why are you hesitating? I said finish him. Why are you not following my orders? Did you forget that there's a detonator implanted in your brain? Wait, a detonator? Fine, I'll do it my way then. I'll revive Steve with the serum and have him murder Cole for me instead. This guy is so extra, dude. How about you just kill him yourself? I need this robot android to kill you. No, wait, I'll revive the zombie and make the zombie. How about, like, this guy is too smart for his own good. How about you just kill him yourself with, like, a gun or something? I don't know. This guy is so dumb. This game doesn't pull its punches with its profanities. Oh yeah, no, this is This is a Japanese PC game. There's full frontal nudity, there's hardcore gore with... We disemboweled a zombie earlier in the game and made his intestines fall all over the ground. Like, this is not bound by the constraints of normal 90s video game censorship laws. Also, the company that makes this, Fairy Tail, almost every other game they made was a hentai game. This is like Dead of the Brain 1, 2, and I think there's another one called Marine Filth, which I don't know if that has an English translation, but I don't know if I'm gonna play it after Dead of the Brain 2. I don't know. It came out between Dead of the Brain 1 and 2 though, so maybe it's better. I don't know. Fine, I'll do it my way then. I'll have to revive Steve with the serum, okay. He could just inject Cole with the serum right now, and that would also have the effect of killing Cole by turning him into a zombie, which is also something he wants. So this guy could be, instead of Steve, he could be injecting Cole with the serum to get what he wants to happen. Hee, Cole, you've lucked out. Not everyone has the honor of being killed by a friend. Stop! Ghoul, wake up, man. Bury Steve for me. Cole. He got double-crossed by his own android for a second time. Dude, this game fucking sucks. This guy is a bozo moron and this game sucks. What are you doing? Have you forgotten? Is he gonna tear his arm off? Cool, you're... Deny me and I'll annihilate your brain. Do you understand me? What? Where did... Oh, the lasers... Oh, okay, I guess his arm behind his back. Damn, he just cut him in half. Ah... What happened? Did he detonate his brain before he shot him with the laser? Cool, Jill manipulated you. I believed it was your own free will that saved me at the graveyard, and you shot Steve out of kindness, knowing he was infected. So this is the end of the reanimation serum. Damn, Ghoul was on our side secretly the whole time. Ghoul, thank you. I need to get back to the lab where Sheila's waiting. You fool! Cole. Ah. Jesus Christ! How did he get up there? I will not die, not as long as I possess the reanimation serum. I am eternal. You zombie asshole. Oh shit, I missed. Damn, why was my mouse all the way over there in the corner? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, he's having other people kill for him so he can try to maintain some kind of like innocence. I see. That's actually pretty smart. Okay. I didn't do it. The zombies that I controlled did it. It's not my fault. Bahahahaha. Go to hell. Stab him with the serum. Ah. You no longer have any value as a human being. You insignificant bastard. Oh, I missed his eyeball, damn. Although it's probably the other eye, right? No, it is this eye. Ha ha ha, die! Ah! Wait, is that the wrong place? Or is I too slow? Get an eyeful of this, asshole! Ah! Damn, that was actually a pretty solid one-liner. I'll give it up. I'll give it up for that. Ah! It's all over. Why does he immediately melt? This time, it's truly finished. This is the notebook that corrupted Jill. Better to torch this thing now and put an end to this reanimation serum forever. Forever. Come on, man. It can't just end like that, can it? No end scene of us reuniting with what's her name, Sheila, and like seeing if she gets cured or not, and then like a happy embrace in front of the rising sun. Hold up, there's gotta be like a stinger after the credits or something. I refuse to believe that's how it ends. I refuse to believe. But I guess I'll give my opinion now. Dead of the Brain 1, 4 out of 5. One of the best PC98 games I've played. Awesome art, cool story. Some frustrating parts because you have to pixel hunt. I guess one improvement they made in this game is that all the interactable things in the environment have that like UI element border around it to let you know what you can and can't click on. I definitely ran into situations in Dead of the Brain 1 where I couldn't figure out what to do. But that's it. Every other thing about Dead of the Brain 2 is worse than Dead of the Brain 1. 2 out of 10, or 2 out of 5. I'm giving Dead of the Brain 1 a 4 out of 5, and I'm giving Dead of the Brain 2 a 2 out of 5. Like, so many downgrades. I guess the only thing that's good is the music. And I don't remember the music in Dead of the Brain 1 at all, so I can't compare the two of them. All I know is that the music in Dead of the Brain 2 was pretty decent as well. This guy's co-directed by 3 Beers. Well, that explains it. Diamond, Captain Har, Machaki, Lawyers in Love. What are these names? Yeah, a lot of Japanese devs used the pseudonyms back in the day. Not all of them. Obviously, you can see a bunch of people here didn't, but a lot did. Did he die from the stuff that literally works the opposite way, or is it more like most stuff and you should not get it into your eyes? Like, yeah, I'm trying to think about like what just happened. Because getting injected with the serum is supposed to make you, alright, if you get injected with the serum when you're alive, it just knocks you out and then you get revived, but you become immortal unless your brain gets destroyed. But if you get injected with the serum after you've died, it turns you into a zombie instead. But if you're already a zombie and you get injected with the serum, thanks to Evan? Huh? It's finally more. Okay, there was a post-credit scene. I figured there would be. Maybe he injected him with the cure. Maybe that's what that was. It was purple though. It looked like it was the serum. I don't know, man. Don't think about it too hard. I don't think these guys thought about it too hard either. I think they were either on a deadline, or this is like all the worst developers they had at Fairy Tail, and they just put them all on one team and said, make a sequel to a game that probably doesn't sell as well as our hentai games do. It's finally morning. I'm hearing the sound of helicopters. The military arrived by now. Dr. Leesley, Steve, and Catherine. I lost even more friends because of the reanimation serum. But I was able to survive because I had Sheila by my side, supporting me. Ah. Sheila, you came to pick me up. Is she gonna be a zombie? Oh, okay, no. Cole, thank God you're safe. Sheila, you're cured. That's incredible. Cole, what happened in there? It's behind us now. Come on, let's go. That's no fair. Come on, tell me. Presented by Ides? I thought this game's made by Fairy Tail. Who are Ides? Maybe Ides is like a publisher? E-Days? Ides? Is this the end screen? That's still a pretty, even though we got like the final shot of Sheila being cured, that's still a pretty short cop-out ending. You just kill him and it's like game over, credits. And then Sheila shows up. Hey, you're cured. End. Boo! Dead of the Brain 2 is fucking nowhere near as good as 1. Ugh, let's never speak about it again. Secret ending is her biting his throat. Yeah, that would have been pretty. I was expecting that. I was kind of expecting that, to be honest. Like, you know, since it's a horror game, you gotta throw like the twist ending in there where she actually, you know, becomes a zombie at the last second and, you know, kills him or whatever and spreads the zombie plague around the move or the world. Oh my god, dude, Dead of the Brain 2, man. I am so disappointed. I'm so disappointed by DOTB2. I thought it was gonna be on the level of the first one. Unfortunate. I'm gonna pull up a couple things real quick though. Hold on a second. Let's see, Moby Games. We'll type in Fairy Tail. So these guys, they normally make hentai games, but they made these like horror games randomly that weren't hentai games. The first one was good. Did they make Necronomicon or was that somebody else? Wait, who makes Necronomicon? Oh yeah, they made Necronomicon, okay. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na. Oh, weird. So Dead of the Brain, Nightmare Filth, and Dead of the Brain 2 don't have the not safe for work tag next to them. Hold on, let me pull up the Chrome extension real quick. So this is that company's page on Moby Games right here. So in between Dead of the Brain 1 and 2, they made another game part of this Nightmare collection called Marine Filth. And the art in it looks pretty decent. It looks alright. Like that screen looks pretty good right there. But it looks, I think there might be a English translation of this one, I'm not sure, but it looks like it's, you know, again, a really, really like slow-paced, super text-heavy, lots of talking game. And after seeing what they did with Dead of the Brain 2, I'm kind of not hype about playing it anymore. If Dead of the Brain 2 would have been as good as Dead of the Brain 1, I would have been all over this shit. But I don't know. Oh, they brought back the dead cat from Dead of the Brain 1. Never mind. 10 out of 10. It looks like it's got some pretty crazy shit in it, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to put some like effort into that preemptively before I dive into it. And then look at that, 1 year after Dead of the Brain 2, they made another horror adventure game called, oh, I have to change the year, called Necronomicon. And you know, I'm a big fan of the HP Lovecraft shit. Oh, whoops. I'm a big fan of the HP Lovecraft shit. Oh, I have to try again. No. So the guys that made, oops, Dead of the Brain 1, making an HP Lovecraft inspired PC-98 horror game, I mean, I'm fucking sold. I would play the shit out of that. But I don't think this one has, alright, I need to do the right option first. There we go. There's a weird fetus baby. But it looks like a pretty, you know, standard like HP Lovecraft style horror adventure game with, you know, PC-98 graphics and stuff. And it looks like it has a similar interface to Dead of the Brain 2 right here. You can see like the little things around the interactable. But like the, you know, the border looks pretty cool. It looks like some H.R. Geiger stuff. Yeah, this looks like something straight out of H.R. Geiger right here. The UI is cool, and I'm sure there's a bunch of dope art in it too. So even though I was kind of unimpressed with Dead of the Brain 2, and I'm not really sure if I'm trying to play Marine Filth or not, if their Necronomicon game gets a translation, I'm for sure gonna play it. But considering it has the not safe for work tag next to it, and you know, it's like, whatchamacallit, it's HP Lovecraft inspired, there might be some truly disgusting, abhorrent shit in this game, so I don't know. I don't even know if I want to play it, but I think I would play it. I just have to be quick with my censor. There might be some shit in there you ain't supposed to show on Steam. But well, that's it for tonight. We beat Dead of the Brain 2. We did it, woohoo. On a better note, I finally hit 1700 MMR in Heroes of New Earth Midwars today, and then I played one other match in 1700 and won that one too. So I got a firm foothold in 1700. So 1800 is on the way in the future. We might hit high MMR in Han Midwars Lamau. They just made a bunch of changes to it though, so I don't know, the meta might shift around a little bit, and things that were good before might not be as good anymore. But what does that put next on my backlog? Um, let's see. Man, I had a lot of games recently that were kind of like either kind of trash or didn't work. Like the Patlabor game was, the further I got into it, the more glitched out and bugged out it was. I decided to quit playing that. Sword World ended up being a beta English patch and not the real thing, so I didn't even try to play that. I was originally gonna play that next. So Maten no Somatsu, that game fucking sucks, even though it has some good music and some decent art. Yeah, probably the worst JRPG balance progression I've ever seen in a game. Dead of the Brain 2 ended up being not as good as the first one. And I think that's the last game of 1993 that I had on my backlog to play. I think we're gonna move on to 1994 soon, and you know what that means. That means in one more year we're gonna be playing Sega Saturn and PS1 games, baby. We're almost there. We almost made it to the 32-bit era, but there are some games that I skipped that, you know, I might come back to. Like I skipped on Ultima Underworld 2, so I might go back and play that. There's some other ones too. Hold on, let me find my backlog. Here we go. You're looking forward to the big titty dragon girlfriend from what? From that Necronomicon screen? I think that was more like supposed to be an eldritch horror, not a dragon. Let's see. Yeah, Ultima Underworld 2, I kind of skipped over that one. There were two Ys games that came out in 93, Mask of the Sun and Dawn of Ys. One's for the, I think one of them's for the TurboGrafx and the other is for the Super Nintendo. But so I played Ys 3 on stream and I really liked it. I thought Ys 3 was a fun game. It's pretty scuffed like mechanics and whatever, but overall I thought it was an enjoyable game. So I'm down to play more Ys games, but I really don't like the bump combat from like the old Ys games, like Ys 1 and 2. And if Ys 4, if both Ys 4s are bump combat, I'm not gonna play them. I don't like that shit. I thought the bump combat sucked ass. So I'm kind of skipped over those for now. I haven't looked into them too much, but I think they might be bump combat games. What's bump combat? Oh, you've never played the OG Ys games? The way you do combat in the original Ys 1 and 2 in some of the sequels is you just walk into the enemy. And you're supposed to walk into them at like an angle. If you walk into them head on, you usually lose. So if you walk into them at an angle, like every single like frame of game progression, every like tick of game progression is, you know, an attack. And if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. It's fucking ass. There are a lot of people that, you know, like it, and like the art and the music of the old Ys games is like above average, but for me the bump combat shit is so ass that I'm not trying to put up with that. It sounds weird and bad. It is, yeah. And like you heal just by standing still and your health regenerates. So like, you know, when you need to grind, you just go out of town, go into the wilderness, and you just bump into things. And then, you know, since there's no like, there's very little like skill component to the combat, the bump combat, it's mostly just like, you know, attack and defense checks, and if you are strong enough you'll win the bump, and if you're not you'll lose it. So you just sit there and bump into things, stand still, regenerate your health, bump into things more. I don't know, man, I didn't like it. Like Ys 3 was like a 2D action platformer RPG, and like you'd actually swing your sword and there's like timing and spacing and stuff. I enjoyed that a lot, but I'm not into the bump. Oh yeah, I'm saying bump, not bum. Yeah. Oh, Dagon. Oh, I read that wrong. My brain put an R in there. Got you. You're looking forward to the big titty Dagon girlfriend. Me too, man. Hell yeah. I hope that Necronomicon game gets a translation, but I've said that before, and then the game gets translated and it's got like the most abhorrent, disgusting, depraved shit in it. And I'm like, I regret everything. So I don't know, man. We'll see. I see. Dun, 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 dun. So what else? What other games did I skip? I mentioned this before, but I had to stop playing. Let's see, Ultima 7 because I think I dropped too many items on the floor and it made the game start crashing a lot. I also want to play World of Ultima, Savage Empire, and Martian Dream. I played through all of Ultima 6 and loved it. Thought it was a great game, and they made 2 spin-offs of Ultima 6, one called Savage Empire and the other called Martian Dream. So I don't know, I'm down to play those someday, but I skipped over them just because like I wanted to play something different for a while. But those are kind of like games I'm looking at going back to and playing again at some point. But I don't know, looking at this, I really do need to play Ultima Underworld 2, Labyrinth of Worlds at some point though. We might queue that up. I might queue that up. But if I don't, I think we're looking at Farland Story Arc no Ense, huh? I don't even know if that has an English translation. I played the first Farland Story game and I thought it was pretty decent. It was alright for like a PC 98 strategy game. You know, it had good graphics and gameplay and music and stuff. It was an alright game, but there's like, if you hadn't played them before, there's a very like prolific type of strategy game on the PC 98, and they all like look and play exactly the same. And Farland Story is basically one of those, except there's no hentai in it, no naked chicks in it. So like, I don't know, man, it like they're all kind of cheap and like they're all kind of cheaply made and like cookie cutter. But I guess the one thing that elevates those other ones above the Farland Story games is that they have some hentai in them. So it's like, at least you get something for your effort. But Farland Story was just kind of like a straightforward like game, but I don't know, maybe they get better. I'm down to play some of the other Farland Story games, but they were like churning them out like hotcakes. There's like 7 Farland Story games that all look and play exactly the same, so I don't know if I'm trying to play all of them. Like there's a Farland Story game for the PCFX that I think got a fan translation. I'm trying to play that one. Shin Megami Tensei 2, Slayers for the PC 98. I'm definitely playing that one. If you've ever seen the Slayers anime movies or the TV shows, it's actually pretty good. I like Slayers. And the PC 98 RPG or strategy game, I'm not sure which one, recently got a fan English patch translation, so I'm down to play that. So there's a shitload of other RPGs. Look at, there's another Farland Story game in 1994. Good lord. Ooh, Landgrazer 2 for the Sega Genesis got an English translation. I'm definitely playing that. Hell yeah. Landgrazer 1, aka Warsong, ends up turned out being one of the better like Sega Genesis strategy RPG games that I've played, and I didn't even know about it back in the day, but it's really hard to play like at the beginning if you don't know what's going on, because it's kind of unique. It's kind of got its own like flavor. It's not like Shining Force at all. It's like similar presentation and gameplay, but like the way that it works out is really different, and it's kind of hard to jump into the first time. I think I had to replay the first mission a couple times before I could even beat it. Alright, so here's where I'm at right now. I've got like, there's like 30 games in 1994 that, you know, they're all RPGs and strategy games. They're all going to take forever to beat. They're going to take like week or weeks to beat. So if I want to keep playing other games, I think I'm going to have to go back to my old format for my stream where I was doing RPGs and strategy games on the weekends. So Saturday, Sunday, maybe Friday sometimes, or a Monday if we're close to beating the game. And then during the weekdays, I'm going to go back to playing more like action oriented games, action games, adventure games. There's some weird, like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes, because sometimes a game is like not an RPG, but it still takes like, you know, 20, 30, 40 hours to beat. Like, what is a Zelda game? Zelda games, you know, people call them adventure games, right? But they take as long to beat as an RPG takes. So there's some weird overlap there. But we left off with that stuff in 2004 and 2003 or 2004. So I would like to jump back into that and keep playing games. And like eventually, the goal is someday I will eventually get to play Doom Eternal. I bought Doom Eternal like 6 years ago, and I've never touched it because it's so far back in my backlog. So I want to play Doom Eternal one day, guys. But I've got like a gazillion games I'm gonna play before that, so that's the goal. Keep playing games, and then maybe one day we'll get to play Doom Eternal. So I think, what's today? Tomorrow's Sunday? Is today Sunday? It's Sunday, so normally I would be starting another RPG because it's the weekend, but I might shift things up this week just to like get back on track. But another thing is that a shitload of fan translations have happened since so basically like a year and a half ago I started playing all the games that I owned that I'd never beaten, and I finally beat them all except for like games that are on the PS4 that came out somewhat recently. I didn't continue on to them, so like Persona 5 and 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim and Dragon Quest 11, but I don't want to play Dragon Quest 11 until I played other Dragon Quest games. I don't want to start with the 11th one. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, I was really strongly considering playing that recently, but I ended up putting other games before it. And Persona 5, I do really want to play Persona 5. I played 3 and 4, so I'm ready to play 5, but that game is going to take 80 hours to beat. You know, it's such a long game. I kind of am like, I don't want to jump into it right now. I could beat, you know, I could beat 20 other games in the time it takes me to beat just Persona 5, so I kind of want to keep holding it off. Also, I'd really like to play Persona 1 and 2 and Persona 2 Innocence and before I play Persona 5. That would also be kind of dope. I'd like to complete the series if I can. So, I don't know, man. There's a million games out there. There's a million options. There's a million things to play. And there's new fan translations and things and shit happening all the time. So, there's a lot to choose from. So, I'm going to have to do some soul searching tomorrow before I decide what we're gonna continue on with. Or maybe I'll just play fucking Han Mid-Wars for a week and get that 1800. You know, who knows? Who knows what we'll do? Maybe I'll start playing League of Legends and get a Discord kitten on my support. Play some Leona and throw her sword at people for me. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, I'm out. That's it for tonight. Thanks for coming through, Pelmanji. Anybody else that lurked and chilled. Dead of the Brain 2 sucked ass. Dead of the Brain 1 all day, baby. Highly recommend the first one. The second one can eat a dick. Peace. It wasn't even that bad. It's just not as good as the first one. Dead of the Brain 2 is alright. It's just the first one's so much better. It's so good. Peace.